And almost immediately, I'm sure there are writers out there writing the script for that kind of movie right as we speak. I recently found out the Denver Broncos hired Packers OC Nathaniel Hackett to be their next head coach. But come on, take the field goal, take the point, win the game.
No, you have to take that.
See you all later. Michael Block, a 46-year-old club professional from California, made the PGA Championship for the 5th time after winning, or maybe not winning, but qualifying via the PGA Championship tournament thing that they have where they invite 320 club pros every year who play 4 rounds of golf from the top, I don't know how many, qualify and get to compete in the major against, guys like, against the top players in the world. Very similar to how the British Open allows amateurs and whatnot to play through open qualifying, and same with USA, with the US Open. Only this one's for club pros only. You have to be a professional to play in the PGA Championship. That's why you didn't see Sam Bennett out there going on and winning. And usually when these guys show up, they show up, maybe make the weekend if they're lucky. Most likely they're going to get cut just because the course is so long and they're not really the top players in the world, but they're still decent. But Michael Block, the 46-year-old who had been there 5 times previously, showed up for that week and decided to play the career rounds of his life. He shot even par over day 1, even par over day 2, even par over day 3. He made the cut, which is just impressive. It was in the top 10. He got to play with Rory McIlroy, one of the top players in the world, in day 4. And to be exempt for the next PGA Championship without having to do any sort of qualifying, he'd have to finish top 15. And this man brought on one of the rounds of his life. It started shaky. He was 3 over at one point. But then he reached hole 15, the par 3, 170-ish yards. Pulls out, 7-iron, or maybe it was 150-something yards. Pulls out a 7-iron because he's kind of old. Can't really hit it as far as most players out there. And he takes it directly, a little left of the green, so he can hit his nice little fade in there. Has 118 ball speed. Just got a tiny little fade on it. And he sinks the shot and just secures himself a spot and brings himself back to level par with a hole-in-one, which was just magnificent to watch. The crowd absolutely erupted. He had no clue it went in. He received a hug from Rory McIlroy. It was awesome. Easily the best story. This 46-year-old's going out there making a hole-in-one and is competing with the best in the world. But he still had to finish top 15. He had to make par in 18 to make sure that he made it back next year to the PGA Championship. And it looked shaky. His drive wasn't great. He pulled his next shot left into the crowd so he could be with the people who have been cheering him on this entire time. He had to hit a flop shot onto the green because it was a really high hill they had to get over. He was short-sighted himself, and with nerves of absolute steel and a man who just I want this. He hits it up there to 10 feet, and he has one putt. If he makes it, he's coming back next season. And like a boss, like a champion, he sinks that putt. And almost immediately, I'm sure there are writers out there writing the script for that kind of movie right as we speak. I mean, they're like, we've got our next great sports story. And he secured himself $300,000, a top 15, and a spot in next year's PGA. Congratulations, Michael Block. That was awesome. He also secured himself a spot at Colonial next week in a tournament on the PGA Tour, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully he wins that, gets his card, and joins LIV, and then earns millions of dollars. I can already see the movie that's being written. I mean, it's pretty much the same as it is, PGA Pro 46. Only his wife just left him, obviously. He's trying to recapture his glory days of his youth. And he's going to give it one more shot at winning the PGA Championship by trying to qualify. It doesn't look good in qualifying, but on the last 5 holes, he makes 5 birdies and gets a and qualifies. Except it's not actually going to be for the PGA Championship because it's a movie. He's going to actually be playing at the Masters. And instead of him finishing top 15 in the PGA Championship, he's actually going for the win. And he's not playing against Rory in the final round. He's playing against the jerk. He's going to be portrayed as a jerk and a villain. The guy who took all the money, who's won there. Brooks Koepka's going to be like that, jerk kind of character. He's going to have to try and beat him. And it's going to come down tight. He's going to be down 1 heading into 16 of Augusta, when he absolutely hits a perfect, it's going to be a draw this time instead of a fade. It's not going to be a 7-iron. It's going to be a pitching wedge over 16th lake, and it's going to dunk directly in the same way it did in real life. And he's going to beat Brooks Koepka and win the Masters jacket, not the PGA. And it's going to be completely fake and terrible, but we'll all enjoy it because it's a sports movie. That's how the script's going to be written. Congratulations, Michael Block. I just wonder how long it's going to be before he's collaborating with every good YouTuber like Good and, Michael Morris and Grant Horvat and Rick Shields. And how long before that happens? Bob Does Sports, that's got to happen soon.